Hey, my name is Mackenzie Mann. I'm a business entrepreneurship student at Lipscomb University, and I was a part of the first group ever to study abroad in Heredia, Costa Rica. Living in Costa Rica for 3 months has been one of my favorite college experiences so far. Heredia is a really cool place to live because there's a lot of small restaurants and local cafes where you get to really interact with the locals and really experience the true culture of Costa Rica. In addition to Heredia, though, Costa Rica has a ton of awesome places where you can travel. Every other weekend, you either go on a group trip or you have independent travel time. And some examples of places we traveled would be whitewater rafting on the Pequari River, ziplining through the cloud forest of Monteverde, and we even hiked up a couple of volcanoes. One of my personal favorite trips would have to be hiking up Cerro Chirripó, which is the tallest mountain in Costa Rica. In addition to the things you learn while you're traveling, though, the school that we go to, which is called Centro de Idiomas Intercultura, also offers you a lot of really neat opportunities. There's even free classes like Zumba, yoga, and cooking, which gives you just one more way to connect with the locals and the people that you're studying abroad with. I grew in a lot of ways while I was studying abroad, but I think I grew the most in my spiritual development. I was able to depend on God for big things like planning trips, down to little things like daily routines that are a lot different when you're living in a different country. Overall, though, I think that Costa Rica is a great place for anyone to study abroad, and I hope that some of y'all choose to do that in the future.
Hi, my name is Grace Morrison, and I'm here to talk to you guys about London. The thing that I loved most about studying abroad in London was the energy of the city. Everyone is busy and trying to get places and do important things, but it's motivating and inspiring in the most positive ways. If it's not work, then people are probably going to markets and museums and galleries, different parts of town like Brick Lane, and pop-up events like the Christmas Fair. But though the city is buzzing with things to do, London overall is a huge and safe community where just about everyone is doing their own thing and they're happy for you to be doing your own thing as well, as long as you mind the gap. I stayed in London most of the time, but Honfleur and Paris were two of my favorite places that I went to. Both of those are in France. And we spent most of our time just walking around the city and seeing what there was to see and eating lots of amazing food. My friends and I just walked around Paris for a day, and then we met my parents and the rest of my family, and we all drove to this little coastal town. It was so cute, and we ate lots of food there as well, and I got to practice my French. It was amazing. But being well-traveled is something that employers will find indispensable in you, because if done well, it can imply your ability to handle risks and manage money and deal with conflict management and so many other things. Studying abroad, personally for me, helped me to feel more prepared to undertake what I want to do in my life. And so this summer I applied to be an au pair in France and other Francophone speaking places, and that's something that I never would have considered had I not studied abroad and seen all of the options. There are so many options out there, and studying in a different place and being able to travel and things like that can really open your eyes to how many options there truly are, and that is something, and that there is something for everyone, and that is something that is particularly comforting to me as a language major who wants a lot of different careers. So, study abroad in London.
Hey everyone, my name's Marguerite. I studied abroad in Florence in the fall of 2018, and it was the best experience I could have asked for. My favorite part of the Florence trip is that we have something called family dinners, where the whole Florence group would go eat dinner together 3 nights a week. On Monday nights, we would go just somewhere downtown and eat at a place that our site director, Emily, would choose for us. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, we would eat at the restaurant right across the street from us. And the waitstaff there was really great and treated us so special. They would make dishes from not only Florence, but also from like all over Italy. And that was really good. One of the highlights for sure. And then on Thursdays, we had the option to leave if we wanted to for free travel weekends. And my favorite place that I got to go to was Switzerland. We went to the Matterhorn, which is the mountain on the Toblerone bar, if you know what I'm talking about. You might not, that's okay. And then we also went to the top of the mountain and paraglided down, and that was a really cool experience as well. But all in all, like my study abroad experience was really special and taught me a lot, grew me a lot. I learned how to be adaptable, and sometimes things just don't go the way that you've planned, and that's okay. You have to think on your feet and just change your plans. So I learned how to do that and learned a lot about myself. I would highly recommend study abroad, especially in Florence. If you have any questions, I'll be doing a session later on in the day. Feel free to shoot me a question there. But yeah.
Hey everyone, we're so glad that you could join us today for this online accepted student event webinar. We're super glad you're here and super excited that you are potentially coming to Lipscomb. I am going to talk to you guys about the Lipscomb in Vienna trip, which is Lipscomb's oldest global learning program. It's been around for over 50 years, which makes it really cool because if you have Lipscomb heritage, some of your parents, maybe your older siblings have even gone on this trip, which adds a really cool, unique element that so many people have gone for so many years. Personally, why I love Vienna so much is the city itself is just phenomenal. It's actually ranked the #1 most livable city in the world. So public transportation is amazing. The food, the art scene. I'm not even a huge art person, but the Vienna Opera House is just huge. And then also something that's really neat about the Vienna program is you actually get a Eurail pass. And the Eurail system is just this train network in Europe where you can basically hop on any train and just go. And you obviously have to fill out a form and let your faculty know where you're going. You can't just like go on a whim. But it was really cool because probably my favorite place I got to go was our very last travel weekend. A group of us decided to book a flight to go to Portugal. And we went for the weekend and we just had a nice little beach weekend. It was really cool because it was like a little cold and chilly in Vienna now. Central Europe can get a little chilly. But Portugal was like sunny and 75 the whole time, which was great. And we just got to swim and just go somewhere that's totally different and has such a unique culture. And then also, one thing that you're going to hear a lot about the global learning programs is the idea and the concept of growth. You're going to grow tremendously through this program and just your personal confidence skills. That's self-esteem was something huge for me on this trip because you just get accustomed to like, yeah, if I can plan a weekend trip to go to Berlin, surely I can do something else that's even more of a minute task back in the States. So that's something that's really cool about global learning is that it gives you a self-esteem that maybe you wouldn't have built had you not gone out of the country. But thank you guys so much for coming again, and I hope you consider studying abroad in Vienna.